Dr. Sorry, I should call upon Dr. Meher to give formal introductions.
So I can do it from your
No.
No.
We all will join.
I'll remove my shoes.
No, not really. By way of introduction, Dr. Meher Bhoot is a professor and head at the Department of German University of Mumbai. Her areas of specialization are German literature with a focus on literature of the German minorities, post-colonial studies, and cultural studies. And her areas of interest are European cultural history and European history of art. She is an active member of the German Institute's partnership with the universities of Göttingen and Freiburg in Germany. Under the aegis of this partnership, she has been a guest professor at the Department of Intercultural German Studies, University of Göttingen, Germany, in 2017. She has been a DAAD Fellow since 2004 and also has been a recipient of the Rotary Cultural and Ambassadorial Scholarship 97-98. Apart from the articles published, some of the co-edited volumes include Inherited Gandhi 2022, Gandhi Then and Now 2022, the COVID Spectrum 21, Revisiting Gunter Grass, Voices from India and Germany 2017, Intercultural Moment 2014, and Einfach Menschlich 2011. Dr. Bhoot.
So thank you, Omkar, for having invited us and collaborated with us for the book launch of Dr. Shrikant Pathak's book. It's my honor and privilege to introduce the author, Daniel Kehlmann, who is one of the most renowned young German writers of both German and Austrian nationality. So he is born in 1975 in Munich, but as a child his parents take him to Austria, where he grows up in Vienna. And in Vienna he is studying literature and philosophy. So he's almost a superstar in the German speaking world. He professes that the German language is the source of life in all his books, and that he has been influenced by Goethe, Schiller, Schopenhauer, Leo Perrault, and by one of the 20th century writers, Heimito von Doderer. But he appreciates the genre of comedy, and he laments the lack of this use of comedy by German authors, and therefore he admires P.G. Wodehouse, and he is an ardent fan of the series The Simpsons. Kehlmann strongly believes, I quote, that art can thrive in dark times and that catastrophic times are actually the times to make good art. So he says art needs to have that magic, it needs to be like magic. It needs to pull you up and it lift you up, rather, he says, offer you that moment of spotlight, but at the same time it also needs to pull you down. Now this lifting and pulling, this is a metaphor which Kehlmann gets from his childhood memory in Vienna, where he used to visit his father's theatrical rehearsals. And one fine day, as a 4-year-old, he's sitting there watching his father's rehearsals, and a chandelier is lowered from the ceiling, and then it's pulled up again into the hole in a roof. And the kid Kehlmann is so enchanted by it, and it takes him a while to realize that this was not specially for him, but every evening in that theatre house this happens. And this, he says, is a performance which has not been measured up to till this day. He was simply enchanted by it. As he grows up, he is also, as I said, a very famous playwright. So he has often lambasted the avant-gardism of the contemporary German drama scene today, especially this obsession with elevating the director's interpretation over the author's intention, because his father, a theatre personality and a director, suffered from it, with this kind of interpretation, the father had to struggle, and he says his father's struggles have taught him life lessons. I quote when he says, "It's very easy to fall out of fashion. So much of the culture is about vague agreements. I experienced that strongly as a child. It taught me a certain degree of caution and skepticism when it comes to success." So he's learned this from his father's struggles, but debuts at the age of 22 with his novel Mother's Time. And his most famous novel is Die Vermessung der Welt, translated into English, Measuring the World, in 2006, which is a story about the 18th and 19th century scientist, the naturalist Alexander von Humboldt, and his conversations with the mathematician Gauss, Carl Friedrich Gauss. So this was, as per the New York Times, the second best-selling book in 2006 in the world. And because it's so highly rated, it also forms the part of the German literary curriculum for both German universities, Indian universities, and even in German schools. Of course, it's a parody and irony about the educational values, which Kehlmann talks about. Fame, a novel in 9 episodes, is published 2010, which is a translation of the German work Ruhm, as it's called, and Roman aus neuen Geschichten, which is in 2009 published and which now has become Naav, thanks to Dr. Shrikant Pathak in 2023. This book has also been filmed in 2012. As you will hear during the conversations and during the readings, it has got 9 different sets of episodes, interconnected, and yet each on its own functions as a story. Another highly praised novel of Daniel Kehlmann is Till, which is published in 2017. It has sold more than 600,000 copies, and it was adapted for the Netflix into a series. It was also shortlisted for the 2020 Booker Prize. Equally famous are his plays, The Mentor, Christmas Eve, Die Reise der Verlorenen, which is adapted by Tom Stoppard for the BBC under the title The Voyage of the St. Louis. Since 2015, Daniel Kehlmann has held the Eberhard Bellen Chair at the New York University. He is a member of the Deutsche Akademie für Sprache und Dichtung. He also works as a screenwriter and has written the script of the TV film Das letzte Problem. He has also adapted Thomas Mann's novel The Confessions of Felix Krull into an upcoming movie. Kehlmann is a gifted and sensitive storyteller who has been honored with numerous prestigious awards. I'll just name a few. One of them is the Konrad Adenauer Foundation Prize, the Kleist Prize, the Weltliteratur Prize, the Thomas Mann Prize, the Friedrich Hölderlin Prize, the Nestroy Prize, the Schubert Prize, and very recently, 2021, the Elisabeth Langeser Literatur Prize. Kehlmann now lives in Berlin, Vienna, and New York, and we are very fortunate to have this person translated into Marathi now, thanks to Dr. Pathak. So, welcome to all of you for this reading of both German and Marathi from Daniel Kehlmann's Fame, Ruhm, Now, whatever you call it. Thank you.